Good morning, folks. Hope you're prepared to have a blessed day. Man, I've just been blessed this morning. I just gotta say it. I don't know who. Anyway, some guy commented on one of my videos on TikTok. And a video really encouraged him. What Dan Moeller was talking about. This guy said he was spending time with the Lord this morning. Matter of fact, what he said was, I was spending my morning time with the Lord. And when he said that, I knew that he knows the Lord, right? So we traded a couple comments, and then he sent a blessing to me, and man, I could feel the presence of God from the top of my head all the way down through my feet, and it just started my morning off right, man. And I checked out his page. He's talking about he's encouraging people, to sing to the Lord and basically minister to the Lord. I mean, there's nothing like that time. There's nothing that compares to that time, because you have all this stuff going on in the world that you could have your focus on, and all that stuff, what it produces is stress and worry and stuff. But when you spend that time with the Lord, you have this time where you're not thinking about anything else but the Lord, and it really changes you. It does a lot, and it's time when you get to know who God is outside of the Bible, if that makes sense, So you take what you've read in the Bible and you apply that, If God says that you are, if He says that you are blessed in the Bible, then during that time of spending time with the Lord, you tell Him, you thank Him, for blessing you, and you just lift His name up, man. It's gonna change your whole day. I just want to encourage people, man, to just put your foot on the gas, man. Keep your foot on the gas. And when I say that, what I mean is keep running towards God. Keep being on fire for God. Keep trying to surround yourself with and fill your mind with and fill your day with God. The reason I say keep your foot on the gas is because you'll notice, if you're in Christ, you have noticed that you'll be all in, and then something will happen and you'll take your foot off the gas. You'll be on fire for God. God is so good, man. I'm so blessed. And then when trouble comes, you don't feel so blessed anymore. You take your foot off the gas. You start analyzing things. You start thinking like, man. But it's actually in that time that takes faith. Is when you have nothing else to hold on to, nothing else that you can see, but you have to believe, regardless of what you see. And it's such a powerful time, and all God is doing is strengthening your faith, because you're gonna need it, in these times that we are in. So you keep your foot on that gas. I've learned throughout my time in Christ that there's gonna be times where you let your foot off the gas, and you have to remind yourself. You got to remind yourself, because when you go through things, it affects your soul. Your soul feels it. You feel it, and it doesn't feel good. But you can make the decision in the moment to put your foot on that gas and keep it there and run towards God instead of where that situation is trying to lead you to. You do have that option. You really do. I mean, Jesus gave us the power to grab a hold of our situations and stuff and decide, what is this going to produce? Is this going to produce Christ, or is this going to shut me down? You have that power to choose, and it's a blessing that it takes time to see. But you learn throughout your walk in Christ to stop taking your foot off the gas and to press that gas pedal down harder, to spend more time with God, to read the Bible more, especially when it doesn't feel good, and especially when it doesn't look good. Press that gas pedal all the more, because that's going to make the enemy back off, because he's going to say, okay, man, when I touch him, it's making things worse, and it's actually what the Bible tells us to do. It tells us to have joy in in our suffering, find joy in your suffering. But man, so much more I could say. I'm gonna end it right here. I'm getting ready to go into work, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be encouraged. Peace.